Hi everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon and good night, depending on when you're watching this. Here is my Instagram TV on giving you some top tips on how to beat Zoom fatigue. What is it? What's going on? So I think the biggest problems are that we are losing this kind of synchrony that people are talking about, this little dance that happens between human beings when we communicate. So there are subtle things going on in our non-verbal communication. So it could be me lifting an eyebrow, it could be a slight movement of my lip, it could be an intake of breath to indicate that I'm about to speak. Any of those things are constantly being read by each of us to understand when we need to speak, when it's our turn, and how to kind of survey the conversation ultimately. Now that is being lost in that millisecond time lag, in connection problems, just generally being in this environment and not being in a room with each other. So our brain is working overtime to try and work out what is going on. Number 3, wake yourself up, okay? You can't expect to be sat in your seat, hunched up shoulders, and be firing on all cylinders all day. You need to wake yourself up. So get up out of your chair, shake your body, literally shake your body around. It really helps wake yourself up. You can do things like leaning over to one side, rubbing your ribs, patting your ribs. That can really help wake up the ribs, wake up the lungs, get that air into your lungs. So leaning over like this, patting all the way up and down the ribs, shrugging the shoulders a bit, dropping the shoulders a bit. You know, do some star jumps, do some power poses, but just make sure you're free of tension and not being really tense when you do your power pose. Some stretches, walk around the block. I just had a break and I got a coffee and I literally walked around one block for about 4 minutes. And it just really helped me kind of get ready for the next bit of work that I was doing. So find that energy in what you're doing and wake your body up a little bit. Tip number 4, use your body. Okay, remember that you have an upper body that is on show on the screen. I think we're all just sitting there stiff, or we're kind of head in the hands, or we're just sort of switched off a little bit and we're really static. But remember, if you can gesticulate, you can move around a little bit, you can help your audience kind of see who's talking, focus on you, and zone out, you know, on all the other faces. So grab attention, use your body, keep yourself awake. You also look more confident and authoritative when you do so. Okay, so I often specialise in helping people manage nerves around communication. And this is a real biggie. You know, we're feeling really nervous and anxious when we're communicating because we're not getting that feedback, like I said, from people so easily. So we're a little bit confused, a little bit lost as to what people think. Try and keep your breath low and slow. Okay, try and release tension in your body wherever possible so that you can come out of that panic response, that fight or flight response. Also, I think we forget so much that your mood affects your energy. It affects how you come across. So if you are really tired and you haven't done that waking up of the body, it really shows. You really make your audience feel pretty lethargic too, when that's what you're reflecting yourself. And also if you just try your best to kind of come across with energy and passion, it will make you feel better. It has a knock-on effect for yourself. You know, you will come across better, you won't feel as fatigued. So another one that's kind of obvious in many ways, but I think is being forgotten, is to consider distractions. Okay, so we can't multitask at all, and this is already really pushing our boundaries by being on group calls. So really try and turn off distractions. Don't try and do other stuff on the screen. Literally turn your phone upside down. Not only does it really kind of add another layer of fatigue because you're having to process something else, but also we can tell. We can all see when you're doing it. So even that little flicker down because you're reading your phone, or that quick sneaky type, I mean, we can all tell. I think it's time that we all accept that you can't do those things on the sly anymore, okay? I think we thought we could at the beginning and then it became very apparent that it's really obvious. So just try and stay focused on one thing. So those are my top tips for now. Go and check out my blog if you haven't already. Get in touch if you've got any more questions, and good luck.